Grandma's Heartwarming Stories.
A yellowed diary reveals the past that has been sealed for many years. The protagonist of today's story is Kimberly. She lives alone and works in an art gallery. She usually enjoys visiting flea markets to buy vintage furniture and lamps. This time, she saw a walnut desk from the 1950s in a store. It was covered with a thick layer of dust, indicating it had been neglected for a long time, so Kimberly got it at a very low price. After wiping off the dust and reoiling the hinges, she discovered a fantastic desk. While cleaning out the drawers, she was surprised to find a hidden little compartment. Inside the compartment was a diary with yellowed, curled edges. Kimberly opened the diary, full of curiosity. The title page read, "I will spend my whole life looking for my family." Whose diary is this? Is it from the owner of the furniture store, or is it a story lost over the years? Kimberly couldn't suppress her curiosity. It seemed like an adventure. She made a cup of tea, turned off her phone, sat on the sofa, opened the diary, and began uncovering a past event that had been sealed for many years. The first page of the diary is dated January 6, 1940, the year World War II broke out. The yellowed paper and blurred handwriting revealed its age. The owner of the diary is Lech. Kimberly took Polish as an elective in college, so she knew that Lech is a traditional Polish male name. Due to Germany's full-scale occupation of Poland, the Lech family, as Jews, were persecuted. After many efforts, they finally secured a ship ticket to North America. However, upon boarding the ship, they were dispersed by the crowd. His father did not board the ship, and his 4-year-old brother and mother were also missing. He searched every corner of the ship, but could not find his mother and brother. After a month of sailing, Lech finally landed in Canada. The moment he regained his freedom, he swore to find his family no matter what effort it took. After reading this, Kimberly's heart was deeply touched. More than 80 years have passed since World War II, and Lech and his family are most likely no longer in this world. Did Lech ever find his family? Did they return to Poland after the war? How did Lech start a new life with no relatives or friends in Canada? These questions prompted Kimberly to continue reading. She took a sip of tea and turned to the next page.
Let's recap the vocabulary we learned above.
Let's explore the meaning of the word protagonist. When we say someone is the protagonist, it means they are the main character or the leading figure in a story, play, movie, or any other narrative work. The protagonist is typically the character who faces the central conflict and drives the plot forward. For example, in the book To Kill a Mockingbird, Scout Finch is the protagonist as the story revolves around her experiences and perspective. Now, let's see how protagonist is used in the original text. The protagonist of today's story is Kimberly. In this context, protagonist is used to introduce Kimberly as the main character of the story. She is the central figure around whom the events and actions will revolve, and through her, the reader will experience the unfolding narrative. Let's explore the meaning of the phrase flea market. A flea market is a type of market where owners sell a variety of secondhand goods, antiques, collectibles, and sometimes new items at bargain prices. These markets are often held outdoors and can be temporary or permanent. For example, you might say, every Sunday, I visit the flea market to hunt for vintage clothes and rare books. Now, let's see how flea market is used in the original text. She usually enjoys visiting flea markets to buy old furniture and lamps. In this context, flea market is used to describe the places Kimberly likes to visit to purchase old furniture and lamps. It indicates that she enjoys exploring these markets for unique and affordable items, adding to her character's hobby and interests. Let's explore the meaning of the word vintage. When we describe something as vintage, we typically refer to items that are old, but of high quality and represent a certain era or style from the past. These items often have enduring appeal due to their craftsmanship, design, or historical significance. For example, you might say, "She loves shopping for vintage clothing from the 1960s. Now, let's see how vintage is used in the original text. She usually enjoys visiting flea markets to buy vintage furniture and lamps. In this context, vintage is used to describe the type of furniture and lamps that Kimberly enjoys purchasing at flea markets. It indicates that she has a preference for items that are old-fashioned yet retain their charm and quality. Let's explore the meaning of the word blurred. When something is described as blurred, it means that its edges or details are not clear or sharply defined. It can refer to visual clarity, such as when an image appears fuzzy or indistinct, or it can describe a lack of precision in understanding or perception. For example, you might say, "The photograph was blurred, making it difficult to recognize the faces." Now, let's see how blurred is used in the original text. The yellowed paper and blurred handwriting revealed its age. In this context, blurred is used to describe the handwriting in the diary. It suggests that the writing is not crisp or distinct, likely due to the passage of time and the deterioration of the paper. Let's explore the meaning of the word persecute. When someone is persecuted, it means they are treated badly or unfairly because of who they are, like their religion, race, or beliefs. Persecution can involve being picked on, treated poorly, or even harmed on purpose. It happens when people are discriminated against or mistreated just because they are different from others. For example, you might say, "The religious minority was persecuted by the government, leading to forced displacement and violence." Now, let's see how persecuted is used in the original text. Due to Germany's full-scale occupation of Poland, the Lech family, as Jews, were persecuted. In this context, persecuted is used to describe the treatment endured by the Lech family because of their Jewish identity during the Nazi occupation of Poland. Let's explore the meaning of the word disperse. When something is dispersed, it means it is spread out or scattered in different directions. Dispersal can happen naturally or intentionally, and it often involves moving things or people away from each other. For example, you might say, "After the protest ended, the crowd dispersed, with people going their separate ways." Now, let's see how dispersed is used in the original text. However, upon boarding the ship, they were dispersed by the crowd. In this context, dispersed is used to describe what happened to the Lech family when they tried to get on the ship. It suggests that they were separated and sent in different directions by the crowd, possibly making it difficult for them to stay together or find each other. Let's explore the meaning of the word swear from this story. When someone swears to do something, it means they make a solemn and serious promise or commitment. For example, after losing his job, John swore that he would work twice as hard to prove himself to his boss and get promoted. In the context of the story, the moment he regained his freedom, he swore to find his family no matter what effort it took. Here, swore is used to emphasize Lech's strong determination and commitment to finding his family. It conveys that he made a serious and heartfelt promise to himself that he would do whatever it takes to locate his loved ones, highlighting the depth of his resolve and determination.
Now, it's quiz time. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Question 1. Which picture shows the flea market? Question 2. What does it mean when something is blurred? A. It is old and of high quality. B. It is spread out or scattered. C. Its edges or details are not clear or sharply defined. Question 3. What does it mean when someone swears to do something? A. They make a serious promise or commitment. B. They express uncertainty or hesitation. C. They avoid making any commitments.